Okay. How's it going, Daniel?
Yeah, good. This is exciting.
We're going live for the very first time on Pump Creative account. Why this seat is too low? Just check if we're going live or not.
Yeah.
And just wanna make sure that our microphones are working.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the one?
Nope.
Go to visibility. I think go to video section. Can I have a look?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So if you guys are watching us, how are you?
Hope you're having a good day, a good week. This is Monday, so yeah. Good start to the week, I'd say.
1 second. Videos. Is that YouTube Studio you're in?
Mm-hmm.
Can we go to just YouTube?
Just YouTube, yeah.
Can you open that?
So how's your day, man?
Not too bad. Monday. Yeah. Monday. I love Monday. You know that. Oh,
Mhm.
I think here.
We
Just see the audio and everything.
That's cool.
Wow.
That's cool.
Audio is great. And you guys going to be amazed that we have connected all the system with my iPhone.
It's really crisp sounding.
Yeah, sorry, my bad. We can't censor this as well. So the reason why we're doing this streaming is that Pump Creative has decided to start a new project, an action film, an action short film. So before we start further discussion on that, Daniel, do you mind having a look at the title and everything of this live session? Because we want more and more viewers to join with us.
Mm-hmm.
So because we want your participation in this conversation as well, you guys can join this video call and you can leave a comment and you can ask question and we would be really happy to respond to you. Yeah.
I have to do it on there.
Oh, that's fine. Let me have a look. Sometime, this YouTube thing is really tricky. That is strange. I mean, that is strange.
That's
I
right.
can do it on my laptop. Can you pass me? So Daniel, you guys can talk. I mean, you can talk to the people.
How you guys going? Yeah, so we released a ad for Pump Creative, and in the ad we pretty much did a short film. It was like a noir style video. If you guys haven't checked it out, just go on our YouTube channel. You're already on it. Just click on it, and yeah, it's one of the most recent videos we've released, and that was so fun. We got to play with like a time period, different type of color grading, different acting. This is a big debut role for Michael, who's the main character in this one. Yeah, so we just finished that a few weeks ago, and we're still riding the highs of it. Not only was it such a fun project to work on, but we thought it turned out really good. And not only did we think it turned out really good, but we know we can even do better. This is the first time collabing all together with Michael. This is the first time collabing all together with Michael. Hell yeah, audio sounding good. Yeah, so it was me and Jerry have done projects before, which are also available on Pump. But this is the first time with Michael. I think the roles and how we collabed with each other was just so seamless. So yeah, really excited to do this new project. We're trying different genres. We just did noir. The Happy New Year short film that we did, that was more like a drama type thing. So it makes sense to now try action, especially because
I love action.
yes, and I love action too. But not only that, but we have an action scene in that noir.
Yeah.
So, and that turned out, that's probably the best scene.
100% I agree.
think, especially with the different angles.
Yeah.
The acting, the aggression. It was fun. So
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
So straight away, Daniel, I'm going to ask you, and viewers wants to know as well, what was the best moment of yours personally, when you're filming this noir film?
Ooh, definitely.
Okay, so personal, one best moment and one worst moment.
Okay, worst I can get out of the way. As fun as it was to shoot, lying on the dirty ground of an alleyway, probably wasn't the best part of it. It
I
was
remember
still
that.
a fun day of shooting and everything, and it was also probably the best part of the filming. But yeah, lying on that ground multiple times, having to roll around, when you're seeing cigarette butts, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, it was a little bit dirty, grimy, but otherwise, you know, you got to do what you got to do, and the scene turned out amazing. The best, I don't know, man. Putting that board together, that pin board with all the pictures, and having Michael look at it with the cigar and the scotch, that shot in the ad that we made was so cool and looks like it came straight from a movie.
I agree with you. And I think one more shot, which was like, I personally say that was the best shot of the whole short film, is the walking shot. That entrance, I mean, the first scene, remember? When he was walking outside the church and all that.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about that establishing shot?
Oh, that was great. And that's one of the biggest benefits of being in the rocks. It's all heritage sites. Everything's older than 1900s. We're trying to set this around the 1930s, not an exact date, but roughly New York times. And I think it really fits. And yeah, the stroll of Michael was something that we talked a bit about, and Michael nailed it. You know, he's a man on a mission. He's got the confidence. He's trying to be a little incognito, yet he's a badass, and he knows he's a badass. And he's also, as you see later on, he's a violent person.
Yeah.
So he's a man on a mission, but with a little bit of ambiguity, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And look, you started topic about Michael, so I would like to ask further on that. How was your experience working with Michael?
Michael, for his first film, he's an avid professional. You would think he's done movies before. He has done like modeling and stuff, but that's a different, you know, kettle of fish with than acting. He had to step a bit out of his comfort zone, so I think he could carry the stoic roles really well. You know, staring, being moody, the walking he had down, all that stuff. But the more aggressive side, it took maybe a few takes, but he understood it straight away, especially with a demonstration from Jerry, who has acting experience. It didn't take long for Michael to understand it. Yeah. So I tried to more stoic. Let's try a little bit more aggression, something a bit more like violent.
But I would like to add one thing. I was doing it really bad. I was overacting. But I can say that Michael has done a great job, but
Exactly.
he didn't adapt me completely.
Right.
He just took 20% of that, and 20% was enough for him.
yes, because it still had the stoicness and it's still genuine, but it was just turned up a little bit more of the aggression. But it wasn't like a mad person. There was still intent and calculation behind it, which what Michael brought into it so easily. He's had to dial up that aggressiveness and that sort of visceral primal instinct of I'm a hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah, which that great line. The difference between a pack of hyenas and a lion.
And a lion hunt
hunts
alone. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, we really embody that. That was a later line in the script.
And you know how we bring that line? We bought that line. That was a line in one of the Bollywood movies.
Oh, okay, no way. Yeah, because that was
We
your line
translated that,
you came
yeah,
up with.
yeah.
You were saying like a
So,
pack of wolves or something.
yeah.
What's the difference?
There was a similar scene in one of the Bollywood movie. A lot of Bollywood movies, when there's a protagonist hero, there's a lot of villains there, negative people, cons there, all right, and they're trying to attack the hero. He said, "Hey, you bunch of hyenas! I am son of lion. You can't even touch me." It's like that, like that swag.
Yeah. I thought it came from the Lion King.
What I'm doing.
We got the live preview in front of us.
Oh my
it's,
God,
a little
and
distracting.
you're
We
looking
get to
funny.
see each other make a fool of ourselves.
Okay.
But yeah, what a fun filming experience. We will have Michael on to talk
Tomorrow,
more
yeah.
about this film. But we're talking about, and we haven't even properly started conceptualizing this, the next actual short film. We have touched a little bit on it in the past. This is something especially that you've been wanting to do for a long time. And we even have one of the sequences in mind, roughly, which is a train sequence. We've always had in mind. Yeah, it might be better like that. We're just making it up as we go. So we're right at Circular Quay. There's a train station right there. So many great action sequences take place in a plane, coming from a plane, on the train. Being on a train, coming out of a train, running down the escalator, some high intense chase scene. That's something we've been wanting to do for a long time. We went in more of a direction of like a drama with the first short film that we did, but now, especially having done this action sequence already.
In short, we're trying to test our limit.
Exactly.
How far we can go. That's the thing.
I think this is the natural step. We did something more dramatic just based on acting and shots. Then we did something that involves drama and a bit of action, and now we can just try a full action sequence, film with action and all that sort of stuff. I'm guessing this will probably be a modern day film.
I agree.
I think we stepped into a timepiece. Now we can step out of that, but we'll bring a new flavor and something really special to it. There will be an X factor.
Look, end of the day, we don't have a big team, and we have limited resources. And again, as I said, we just try to test our limit, that how far we can go. We tried doing some of like a single day shoot. We've done that successfully, and then we move on to this project, noir style film. We spent like 3 days, 2 nights working on this project, and now we're gonna test our limit. As I said again, we're gonna go for the action genre, which is the most difficult genre to film, to execute.
Which is why I was personally a little bit hesitant about it when we first talked about making movies, but I think it's time to try it for sure.
And I think at pre-production stage, we have to sit together and go through the rehearsals and everything, especially when it comes to action sequence.
Yes, choreography and everything. Huge.
Because, look, as I said, we don't have a very high budget to spend on these sort of short films. They're all experimental films we're doing, all right? Because we're more marketing agency. We are experts in making ad films, music videos. Even we can make short films, but it's not gonna help your brand. It's not like a business thing. It's more like filmmaking. But what we are trying to do, we're trying to incorporate filmmaking aesthetics with advertisement videos. So the noir video, the last where fiction meets reality, is the perfect example of that.
Exactly.
So Daniel, moving forward, we already have speak about that personally, that how we can help the other brands, just like the way we have done this commercial ad for Palm Creative, for our own company. How a company like garment, like who sells garment, or in hospitality sector, they can avail such like advertisement opportunity from us.
Well, I think there's so many different ways. As we showed in that ad, when you watch that, there's no clear thing saying marketing services or anything like that. It's a completely unrelated sequence that then ties, captures you. You go, what's going on? And then boom, it's a Pump Creative ad. The only difference with that is that because we're a marketing agency, the whole entire filming process of that beginning part, as unrelated as it is, relates to what we do, because all those shots, all the color grading, all that work and acting was done by us.
Yep.
So it shows our work. In terms of like other industries like garments, all that sort of stuff, let's just say for a garment, you could show a suit, right? And an action sequence, guy rolling around in a suit, but the suit's still fine. Not only are you showing something captivating and like an action sequence of something fun, but you're showing that this suit or whatever garment you're wearing can last and not be worn and torn and all that sort of stuff. So that's just one example. You have to find the story of whatever the brand is and what's the purpose of the product. Every product has a point. Every brand has a story of how it came. And it's about finding that and showing that as a story.
Makes sense. Can't agree more. So one last thing, Daniel. When we started filming that project where fiction meets reality, I know that we were thinking that we should go with black and white look and feel, color palette. and the script was totally different to the one we have filmed.
Yes.
So what do you think? Was that happened for a reason? I mean, because look, it happened during the production stage, you know that, right? But what do you think? Was that happen? Whatever happened, was that for a good or a bad?
100% for a good. There's a reason why we changed and switched things. Like Jerry said, we don't have the biggest resources. We've got some great equipment. We've got a great crew, but we're not the biggest production. And especially with the time frame that we did this in, and we had, you have to pivot. You have to move around. There was a sequence with a gun. We couldn't find a good-looking gun. We found a gun that sort of fit the era, but it was tiny. It was a kid's toy.
Yeah.
So unless we're going to go to the black market and get an actual gun in an hour or two, we switched. We found a cool-looking knife, more like a hunting knife. It sort of fit the era. Let's make it even more brutal. That was Jerry's idea. That was a great idea, and pivot in the moment to be like, not only is this a way to save the scene, but let's actually utilize it rather than just gun, bang, you know, have this violent
It was
attack.
more brutal, yeah.
100%. The dropping on the floor, and then especially to add the kicking. Like if it was a shot, if you shoot someone, you're probably not going to kick them after.
Yeah, and one more thing I would like to add here. We have to compromise one of the shot that we have filmed, but we didn't include in that video, is that when we cutting his throat and the blood is coming out because of some censorship issues, for the YouTube, we couldn't put that shot.
Exactly.
We tried to be more realistic as we can, and I think that is the key. Daniel, what do you think? I mean, look, no one can be perfect, but in search of perfect, you can be best.
Yeah.
Something like that, right?
You strive for it. Why not? Yeah.
So in this project, we tried to do everything to the best of our capabilities, and the resources we having.
Yeah.
And the boost and confidence we have got from the people around us who has watched that content and appreciate us, that gave us like a good momentum and good, as I said, like good confidence to work on this new venture, this new project, which is an action movie produced by Palm Creative.
100%. Jerry said it best. There's no bigger critic than my friends and family. People know me. If they see anything else made by other people, they'll be not as judgmental. But anything that I create, they're always going to be like, why did you look this way? Why did you do this? Why did you do that? It's all fun and games, and it helps me become a better person and improve. But it's definitely, they're the critics that I always try to please. And especially our last few projects. All projects they've loved, but especially these last ones that we've been doing, the Tudor video, which is a commercial.
So what was their response? You always told me about the response of
they
your
loved it.
friends and family.
They were like, who was that? Because Michael's never been in another clip that we've done. They obviously know me whenever I'm acting. They know I'm not an actor. But they're like, where'd you get that guy from? It's like he's one of us, one of our team members. Yeah, and they were like, "Whoa, what the hell? He nailed the performance and stuff." Even my performance, they didn't hate, which is for me that's great. I'm not an actor, and they thought it was pretty believable when I was getting the crap kicked out of me. I mean, it really did help to have a face of disgust because I was on that dirty alleyway floor. But yeah, so they were happy with it. Especially the cinematography. The cinematography no one can argue against. Especially, to try and cut out cars, cut around things, street signs, all that sort of stuff. Working with the props, but making the most out of the props, 100%. That board that we got, that pin board, it's not an actual pin board. That's just a wooden board. We couldn't put pins on it, but we used texta and all that stuff to make instead of threads.
Double tapes.
Double tape and all that stuff. But the way it's shot, it's a pretty incredible shot. And we did some tricks as well. Like we shot in multiple rooms, but it looks like one room. That's all about lighting, angles, everything, continuity. That is incredible shots where Jerry's sitting almost outside of a window of a multiple story building to try and get an angle of Michael looking out of the building. There's no other way to do that. We can get a drone, but they'll mix up the shots. We've got a red camera, a cinema camera. We can't strap that onto a drone, so we have Jerry dangling out of this window, getting this shot, which turned out to be a brilliant shot. But fuck, it's
But
dangerous.
do not try this at home.
Yeah, 100%. But it shows our dedication and people could see that. People could see that. Everyone that I knew that saw it, they're like, damn, where did that, like, how'd you do that shot? The music, they love the music. We didn't write the music, but we chose the right music for the right moments. Yeah, and they love, and the one of the best parts we haven't brought up yet,
Which one?
the transition. That jump cut transition turned out so much better than we thought. Like, that was in the first inception of the whole thing. From the beginning, some stuff changed, but that part never changed.
That was there, yeah. That was
the
there
whole
from
point was to
very
show
initial
like this short
chat
film,
we had, yeah.
get you connected, and then boom, it's a
Yes.
production, and then we say, hey, this is Pump Creative, this is what we do.
We thought that's going to be clean, but that clean, I
That
wasn't
was clean.
expecting it. That
Yeah.
was too much.
Utilization of the green
Yeah.
screen, the movement, and the cut from the CPR, boom. The
Yeah.
way the camera work was incredible with that shot. The close up on Michael, boom, zoomed out. It's working with the crew, boom, looking at the camera. I wish I did that in one take, but it took me 2 takes, but that worked even better because then
Yeah.
we did a closer shot when I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
this is Pump Creative.
But no one knows that, Daniel. People can think that was one take. We cut that, to zoom in,
Well, that's the thing. No one would know.
No one can
Even
tell.
I wouldn't have known.
Yeah.
I was almost full, but
Yeah.
it works so well because you have the establishing shot, and then boom, it was close up on me when I went into the details. Flawless. I loved that so much. Everyone that was a part of that scene loved it. It was really cool. So many great scenes, so many great sequences. Yeah. How'd you compare this to our other projects that we've done?
I think it was
What's the
different.
biggest difference?
The biggest difference was that whatever we filmed in past, it was more like current era. This one was really different.
Oh, yeah.
We look from wardrobe to props, to color palette. Everything needs to be in order. Everything needs to be, even locations. We have to choose those location which can fit best when it comes to 1920, 1930s era.
It was
So,
immersive, right?
yeah,
It was immersive.
it was.
You're watching it and you're being like,
Yeah.
this is just a fun little video. It's like,
Yeah.
holy crap, this is like everything you're watching. This is from a certain time period. You're
Yeah.
straight away pulled to it. The music, the color grading, the
Yeah.
look, the acting, the wardrobe, the locations, like you said, all of it. Oh my God, so immersive. I really loved it.
Yep. And like scouting, when we went out for recce to look around the locations, find finalize the spots for filming. The process, if you personally ask me, the process of this project was far different to any project that we have done in past. And because of that process and the achievement and the recognition and the appreciation we have received for this project, that has led us to move on to another project now, which is an action film.
This action film.
So that's how I can define
100%.
this project.
And this is the pre-stages of this is going to be so fun. Like I said, we know that there's going to be some sort of train sequence, not a plane sequence. Train.
Train
Maybe there's a
sequence.
plane sequence too. That will be it. That'll be pushing ourselves for sure. But there's going to be some sort of chase scene. But the actual ins and outs and the
Yep.
story, that's something we're going to be figuring out. But we've been tossing a few little ideas.
Yeah. Look, end of the day, what I'm thinking, even Daniel, I'll be honest with you, if there's a plane sequence or anything like that, we can do that
We
as
can
well.
do it. We can do it.
Look, we have to spend some few dollars. Oh, if it wouldn't live, we would have put some dollar sign, on top of us.
We have great resources. We're a
Helicopter shot we can have, like some sort
100%.
of like action sequence on the port. He's running, airport he's running, and something like that.
And that's the biggest thing. We're not just camera. Like we're not just utilizing cameras. We have a team of amazing animators, CGI experts
Yep.
that can literally put you in a spot.
Yep.
A little touch of that. Obviously, it was a timepiece, so we didn't need to utilize CGI that much. But even just when Michael's looking at the camera and crosses out,
Yes.
that he didn't actually draw on the camera. That's a effect, and it works really well. It was subtle, but like you said, if we need to do a plane sequence, we need to do a
We can
space
do that.
sequence.
Yeah, we can do that. Everything requires time and
Yes.
sometimes money.
Time, prep. Sometimes you have to trick shots and do things. Maybe you have to hint at certain things rather than show things all out. But due to our experience, both before and during our time together,
Yep.
we can figure this out.
I think we can. We just need a good storyline. We have a one-liner. We have a concept. Now what we have to do, we just have to draft the first sequence of it. I mean, the first version of that.
How's the shape? What's the
Yes,
actual
yes.
backbones of the
Yes.
story?
Once we have the full script, screenplay, then we can decide, for how long we have to take this project further, how many days we need to spend, what sort of actors we're gonna need, what sort of
Exactly.
locations we're gonna need. So I think right now we are at this starting point. So this video was like to make an announcement that Pump Creative is making another short film, proper short film, which is going to be an action genre, an action film. So before I sign off from this live stream, so one more thing I would like to add. There's a reason of this live stream. It was really unexpected because we were just trying our iPhone to connect with our mixture and with our what microphones we have.
These are Shure mics.
Shure mics,
which are
yes.
the best of the best.
So these are the best microphones we are having. We were just thinking that if we have to go live, is there any chance we can connect our Shure mics with the mixture? You guys can see and that mixture to our mobile phone, my iPhone, personal iPhone. So thankfully it worked out.
Yeah, and it's looking and
And-
sounding pretty crazy, and I think it's a
Yeah.
great setup, and it saves us from having to edit this.
Exactly.
So yeah.
Moving forward, what will we do? Right now it's so messy. We didn't get a chance to fix all that. So moving forward, we're gonna make it more better, more
I
good.
think
back-
this is the perfect first time, like showing the bare bones. You see, one of our cameras over there. A very bare bones first introduction, and then you'll see how this will progress. We'll have it as a proper setup, and yeah, there's gonna be more
Yeah.
of this because this is fun.
Yeah, and I think what we are, and one more thing, moving forward, we're gonna do movies reviews as well, from the eye of Pump Creative. So any Hollywood movie which gonna release, we're gonna discuss about those movies and share on this platform. So where you guys can understand as well the importance of like storytelling, camera angles, direction, and look and feel, color grading, everything, because it's a collective effort of all these ingredients. When they combine together, then you see the best result, whether it's a music video, advertisement video, or a short film, or a feature film. So that is something we're gonna share on our channel. We're gonna educate you guys, and we would like to educate ourselves as well. So if you have any information, if you would like to share anything, please comment on our chat.
Looking forward to the next one.
Yeah. So till then, Daniel, should we sign off? See
Signing
ya.
off.
Bye bye. Oh, so for the cut, I have to go this way.
Perks of editing.